at what point did you sort of start making strides of success kind of thing? Because to start with, it must have just been sort of like coasting along. And then was there at one point where you had business growth, or was it just a very slow growth all the way through?
I think, there were certain ups and downs, I guess, but I think the real turning point for us was the 2008 recession.
Really?
And yeah, it's very interesting because, having started the business ourselves, having never had access to bank finance or anything, we had to scrimp and save. But during that process, we built up a little bit of a war chest. So when 2008 recession came around, and for those who perhaps went in it was a worldwide recession, but it was, if you weren't yet in business, it was pretty tough. It was the longest, deepest recession this country's ever had. Yeah. And things were really difficult. But what we did was the exact opposite of what everyone else was doing. So whilst all our competitors were laying off people, battening down the hatches, we started recruiting. And what we did was, I had discovered these big skin analysis machines, the Visium machines, at some of the international conferences that I'd attended. And I mean, they were very expensive. Even in those days, they were about £11,000 a piece. But what we did was we'd buy a car and a Visium machine and a skin analyst. We'd employ a skin analyst, and we'd put them out onto the front line. And they would travel from salon to salon doing something that, to the best of my knowledge, had never before been done in our industry, which was that they'd analyze a client's skin and they'd recommend products. And that in itself wasn't that different. But what we did that was really different is we'd invite that client back in 3 to 6 months later. And when they saw the difference that our products was making to their skin, they firstly became walking, talking adverts for that business. Yeah. Secondly, they changed their mindset from a discretionary purchase to an essential. They felt this is something they couldn't do without. The salon owners absolutely loved it as well. And the thing is, we showed that during a downturn, and this I'm sure your listeners will really enjoy. It's very, very pertinent. But during a downturn, what you need to do is show value for money. And value for money has absolutely nothing to do with price.
Yeah, totally.
And so when people saw the difference that our products were making to their skin, they were seeing value for money. And they became very loyal users and really committed. And that during that time, we built up, think of the investment, but we built our team up to 30 people on the road with 30 motor vehicles, 30 analysis machines and so on. And we were out there on the front line helping businesses day in and day out. And actually, sadly, that all came to an end with COVID. But we are actually in the process now, as you might know, that we are putting together that team again. We are rebuilding our team of events people to go into businesses and really help them.
Yeah, and as one of those clinic owners that really benefited from that, I think it was just like you said, there was nothing like skin analysis then, and to. Obviously my clinic's in a small town, there was nothing like that anywhere around, not even in the cities around where I was. So for us to have that and have that, for someone to come, clients absolutely loved it. But as well, for us as a team of therapists, to be able to not only, because before that, basically you were talking about skincare, but you were just looking surface. But to have that way, you could show someone in depth, and the clients absolutely loved the fact that they could come back and see the difference kind of thing. And I think for us, that was really, the turning point probably where, clients saw the benefit in skincare, and it wasn't just a case of, of theory. It was actually practical. You could see the difference. And as well, what we loved as well, because you got that bond with the person who was coming in doing the skin analysis, because you guys do employ the most amazing team. And we've always had amazing people come to us. And obviously, when I've been down to the office, it's a long-standing team who you can just see the passion and the dedication. And I think that, all credit to you guys, everyone stays for a long time. But when we've been down, when I've brought Beauty Directors Club down and we've had like days, it's that passion kind of thing. And you don't see that with every company. And I think that is, again, testament to you and Tracy being there and being part of the team and always innovating and moving forwards as well. There's always something new.